Hello, my loves. I am so excited that you are here today for another day of Vlogtober. If you're unfamiliar with what I'm talking about, Vlogtober is a series that I've been doing where I've been uploading a video every single weekday for the month of October just to share my excitement and my passion for this month. I truly feel like I have a witchy, magical, maybe even a little bit spooky soul. And today I want to share some books that I recently picked up from Barnes & Noble with my mom. She came down from the day. We went to Savers, which I already showed what I got at Savers if you missed that thrifting haul. And now I'm going to show you what I got at Barnes & Noble. It was such a fun day with her doing two of my favorite things now. Like I mentioned in my thrifting video, I didn't always love thrifting. That's a new love for me. Things are changing. Like you could not like something for most of your life and then end up loving it. That's okay. That's not the case for Barnes & Noble. I have always loved Barnes & Noble. I definitely think it has a lot to do with nostalgia. Growing up, our parents, we would go out to dinner and then like spend the evening in Barnes & Noble. Like they would go and look at magazines or books that they wanted to, and we would just wander around. And I just have such fond memories of that, just like wandering around the bookstore. Back in the 90s, they used to play classical music in Barnes & Noble. I really wish they would bring that back. So if you know anyone that works for Barnes & Noble, ask them to bring that back. And I just have such fond memories of walking around, hearing the classical music, the smell of coffee, because of course there's a Starbucks in like every Barnes & Noble, and looking at all the books. It was just so fun. I'm so glad that my parents did that. I definitely want to bring Arlo to Barnes & Noble as much as I can. Right now, he just likes to run around and pull books off the shelf, but I do think he will enjoy it one day. So let me show you the books that I got from there. I went a little crazy. I got a lot because it was an early birthday present to myself. I treated myself. And this first book is actually for Arlo. Even though I'm treating myself, this is for Arlo and partially for me. This is such a unique find. And once I heard about it, I was like, I have to have this. I have to have this for so many reasons. I got Trick or Treat on Scary Street by Lance Bass. Now, if you're not familiar, Lance Bass is a member from NSYNC. NSYNC is a boy band from the 90s, early 2000s. And if you haven't heard, they've been making a comeback recently. Like there's no promise of a tour yet, but they've been doing lots of things, new songs, just lots of things in the works. So as soon as I heard that he did a Halloween themed children's book, I was like, I have to have that. Those are two things that I love so much, NSYNC and Halloween. So I got this for myself and for Arlo. It's super cute. Love the images in here. Let me just show you one page. Just got really fun colors and pictures, and it's all about walking down Scary Street, and I think that's what it's called. Yeah, Scary Street, and there is just a little bit of a twist at the end. So super cute. Love it. Adding it to our Halloween kids book collection for sure. Okay, before I get into my other group of books I feel like I can group together, I did buy one nonfiction. I've been wanting to read this for a long time, and it still fits the vibe of spooky season. Let me explain. But I got Journey of Souls by Michael Newton. I've read quite a few books about past life regressions, and they are truly some of the most fascinating things I've ever read. If you have any interest in past lives, read these books. I've read this one and Messages from the Masters, and another one that I can't remember the name of, but I'll put it up here. But I've heard really good ones about this one. So, of course, this is in theme of spooky season because we're talking about death and what happens after death and what happens between lifetimes. And it's all from the perspective of these psychologists and psychiatrists, like these people that went into a very academic focused field, and then through like hypnosis and deep meditative states, their patients started having these experiences with past life regressions. And it is just truly so fascinating what comes through. I would love to have a past life regression at some point in my life. I have an inkling as to what some of my past lives were, and I even got an intuitive reading, and she shared some of my past lives with me. Let me know if you want to hear what I got from this intuitive reading. So good. But I'm very excited to read this. I've been wanting to read this for a long time, and it's very on brand for spooky season. All right, the next three books could definitely be grouped into the romantasy category, or at least two could. Maybe the third one may not be. But the first one, I just saw the cover and it spoke to me. Something about moths and butterflies have really been catching my eye recently. Like I just feel a special connection to butterflies and moths. But this one's called The Heartless Hunter, Her Deadliest Enemy or Her Greatest Lover. So this is definitely an enemies to lovers situation, and it's by Kristen. I'm not going to try to say the last name, but you can see it on here. And it is book 1. So it looks like this is a series. I was looking up all these on Goodreads as I was getting ready to purchase them. And one of my friends is like a super avid reader, and she had left reviews on a lot of these. So that helped me purchase some of them. But this one had really good reviews. Obviously, I don't know much about this book because I haven't read it yet, but I'm going to read you the synopsis. I'm going to read you the synopsis on the inside of the book so you can just get an idea of what the book is along with me. Enemies to lovers doesn't get more high stakes than a witch and a witch hunter. So again, very on brand for spooky season. Falling in love in best-selling author Kristen Ciccarelli's latest romantic fantasy. You think for my previous last name being Melchiori, I'd be better at saying last names, and I'm not. On the night Rune's life changed forever, blood ran through the street. Now, in the aftermath of a devastating revolution, witches have been diminished from powerful rulers to outcasts, ruthlessly hunted due to their waning magic. And Rune must hide what she is. That's a super cute name. I love seeing the names in these books. Spending her days pretending to be nothing more than a vapid young socialite, Rune spends her nights as the Crimson Moth, a witch vigilante who rescues her kind from being purged. When a rescue goes wrong, she decides to throw the witch hunter off her scent and gain the intel she desperately needs by courting the handsome Gideon Sharp. He's a notorious and unforgiving witch hunter loyal to the revolution, and not too late, Rune realizes she might be falling for him. Gideon loathes the decadence and superficiality Rune represents, but when he learns that the Crimson Moth has been using Rune's merchant ships to smuggle renegade witches out of the Republic, he inserts himself into her social circle by pretending to court her. He soon realizes that beneath her beauty and shallow facade is someone fiercely intelligent and tender who feels like his perfect match. Except, what if she's the very villain he's been hunting? Just love all the vibes about that. That sounds super cute. Very excited to read it. I'm trying to decide which of these 3 I should read first, so let me know down in the comments which one you think I should read first. All right, the next one, again, just caught my eye. I was so drawn to this book. Plus, look what they're doing to books now. Like some of them even had designs on them. This is so cute. Can we do this to all books now? I love it. It's called When the Moon Hatched by Sarah A. Parker. And even on the inside, just beautiful drawings. It looks very magical. Looks like dragons. Just love all the magical stuff going on in books right now. So fun. Again, I looked this up on Goodreads. My friend said she almost didn't finish it, but then the ending was so good and then it became one of her favorite books, and she couldn't stop thinking about it. So I know that going in now to just stick with it. That's kind of how I felt about the Blood and Ash series. I've read the first 3. I'm taking a little break because sometimes those books just feel like a grind. I like the characters, I like the story, but I just need a little break from it. So that's why I picked up these books. Let's read the synopsis so we can get a feel for this book. The best-selling sensation When the Moon Hatched is a fast-paced fantasy romance featuring an immersive, vibrant world with mysterious creatures, a unique magic system, and a love that blazes through the ages. I love that already. As an assassin for the rebellion group Feur du Oath, Reeve's job is to complete orders and never get caught. When a rival bounty hunter turns her world upside down, blood spills, hearts break, and Reeve finds herself imprisoned by the Guild of Nobles, a group of powerful fae who turn her into a political statement. Crushed by the loss of her great love, Cain Vager took the head of a king and donned his melted crown. Now on a tireless quest to quell the never-ebbing ache in his chest, a clue lures... I'm struggling over here. A clue lures... I can't say that word. A clue lures him into the capital's high-security prison, where he stumbles upon the imprisoned Reeve. Echoes of the past race between them. There's more to their story than meets the eye, but some truths are too poisonous to swallow. That sounds really good. Very excited for that one. Okay, this last one I've seen on Book Talk so many times, and I think it has that dark romance vibe. I'm pretty sure. I may be wrong. Again, if you've read any of these, let me know in the comments without giving any spoilers away what you think of them. And that is The Dark Window. I really hope this is book 1 in the series. I think I checked. This is book 1. I'm almost positive. The Dark Window by Rachel Gillig. Best-selling series. Love it. Maiden Monster Martyr. That's giving me Blood and Ash vibes. An enchanting tale with sharp claws and teeth. Ooh, this doesn't have an inside cover, so let me see. Oh, I think I've seen the inscription on this on TikTok, who they dedicated this book to the quiet girls with stories in their heads, to their dreams, in their nightmares. Oh my gosh, love that. I've been labeled as a quiet, shy girl since I was a little girl, so that hits me. I don't feel that way anymore, but that always bothered me as a child. That is a story for another time. Okay, so let's just read the back here. How do you guys feel about crazy names in romantasy novels? Like when I see them, sometimes I just go blah, 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 blah in my head. Like I'm definitely not pronouncing them right. So this one says Elspeth. I hope I'm saying that right. Elspeth needs a monster. The monster might be her. Elspeth Spindle needs more than luck to stay safe in the eerie, mist-locked kingdom of Blunder. She needs a monster. She calls him the Nightmare, an ancient mercurial spirit trapped in her head. He protects her, he keeps her secrets. But nothing comes for free, especially magic. When Elspeth meets a mysterious highwayman on the forest road, her life takes a drastic turn. Thrust into the world of shadow and deception, she joins a dangerous quest to cure Blunder of the dark magic infecting it. Except the highwayman just so happens to be the king's own nephew, captain of the most dangerous men in Blunder, and guilty of high treason. A maiden must unleash the monster within to save her kingdom in this dark, lush, gothic fantasy debut. So it's a gothic fantasy. Very appropriate for October. I think I might start with this book. I'm either going to start with this one or this one. I haven't decided. You let me know in the comments down below. This seems like it's still got like magical vibes, which could be October because I think of October as magical, but maybe it almost gives me winter vibes with the cover. So let me know your thoughts down below. Have you read any of these books? Do any of them look good to you? How much do you also love Barnes & Noble? I went there with my mom, like I said. We sat and got a Starbucks afterwards. It was a very, very magical afternoon. And I have quite a few books to read by the end of the year if I'm going to meet my goal of reading 25 books this year. That's a lot for me. That may not be a lot for you, but that is a lot for me. And let me know too if you want me to do a recap of what I thought of these books like I do every season. So as always, sending you all so much love, all the high vibes. Thank you for tuning in today. If you like this video, make sure you give it a thumbs up and subscribe if you haven't already so you can see the rest of the Vlogtober series. I'm sending you all so much love, all the high vibes and the spooky vibes. And of course, I'll see you in the next Vlogtober video.